I grew up in Heber City, Utah, and the schooling I experienced was all public school. I was in the Wasatch County School District, and I did not notice very many issues with some of the schooling procedures until I got to high school. I was raised in a suburban area, and the curriculum used was AP, honors, and college distance education. However, these were an option, and most of the kids did not partake in them. In fact, according to U.S. News, the AP participation rate at Wasatch High School is 32%. The student body makeup is 51% male and 49% female, and the total minority enrollment rate is 19%. And according to Proximity 1, the total white population in the overall school district is 95.6%. Among this population, I was an LDS white female, so I was in the majority group. Because I was a part of the dominant majority, I was probably pretty blind to some of the discrimination going on. However, I was in a friend group that was half the minority. None of us wanted to try for sports or mini clubs, so I wouldn't say we were excluded from activities like that. However, there were a few white male counselors and teachers who, when a student wanted to take an AP class, tried to convince them otherwise because it was too difficult. And if the female student wasn't white, this made it worse. This is the only discrimination that I can recall seeing in my school, and my friends who were part of the minority never mentioned any others. Nevertheless, I was a part of the dominant religion, which is the religion, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This widened my capital. Some of the students in my school were more willing to talk to me, try to be my friend, or ask me out on dates because they knew that I went to the same church as them, and I think it made them feel more comfortable. This could also have a downside to it, though. Since I spent my time with so many kids from different religions, it seemed to sort of scare off the others who were LDS. It made me anxious to go to seminary because I didn't know very many of the kids there, and if I did, they didn't talk to me all that much. I felt much more comfortable in regular classes with the friends I'd grown up with. However, I did seem to have higher morals and motivation than my friends, which protected me from different things later on down the road in our high school years and helped me to get higher grades and qualify for higher scholarships, or at least the ones that were strictly based off of academic grades and school attendance. I had a few teachers, usually math teachers, who were biased towards me and against my Hispanic friends. They praised my questions during class, but always seemed annoyed with my friends whenever they were confused on something. Usually, if a teacher was also a coach, they also seemed more biased towards the students in their classes who were also members on their sports teams. With this, my aspect on ideology has changed a lot over the course of this semester. Looking back at my schooling years and revisiting my elementary school, I noticed a lot more misrepresentation that I hadn't noticed before. The posters and paintings that were there while I was attending elementary school were very much so targeted towards white kids. Now, during my revisit, there were some new things added that were a bit more diverse, but there still could have been more. My eyes have been opened much more than they ever would have been without this class, and my entire attitude towards society has changed in a much more positive and courageous way. In my future classroom, I will try my hardest to represent every different minority out there. During the holidays, my class will celebrate all of them and learn about them, not just the Christian ones and not just during those specific seasons. I will have posters and images hung up around my room to represent all races and genders in a normalized way, rather than having certain ones be rare and unknown to my students. We will have learning materials include more about different cultures as well. It is so easy to educate your students about more than just the subject you are teaching, and I want to take the chance I've been given of being a teacher. An ideology that I want to support and promote in a balanced way is the social reconstruction ideology. And by helping my students learn more about diverse nations and cultures will hopefully help to normalize a lot for them. When they finish their schooling and leave to be adults, they will be better contributors to society and make the world as a whole an overall better place. I'm hopeful that my teaching philosophies and pedagogy will mainly link back to the ones about religion and recognizing all of them rather than just the Christian holidays. If I go on to teach in Utah, which is very likely, I would like my classroom to be a place where the LDS bubble does not exist. This is one way that Christian privilege will be muted in my classroom. Along with this, students will not get praised more because of their grades or the sports teams they are on, or even because of their race or gender. I may not have recognized a lot of privilege going on during my schooling years, but after taking this class, my eyes are open to so much more, and I have hope for what my future classroom could become because of what I know now.